Yay! Okay, so who are you?
Kai Hibbard. Kai Hibbard.
Right?
Yeah.
Why do we know each other?
I feel like we've known each other forever. We know each other because of Heather, but I feel like it's been like...
Do you remember the first time you ever talked to me?
No, because I feel like I've known you forever. Like, I can't remember a time period where I didn't know you.
Lost souls, darling, lost souls.
Yeah.
All this fabulous. Still a little time to share it with you. Do you remember the phone call? About getting your hair done?
Yes, I do remember that phone call.
Yes,
Yay. Yes, I do. Where I had a little mini Britney Spears nervous breakdown.
What I thought was so awesome was like, hi, good to meet you.
And I was like, shame.
It was so good, right? She's like, and another thing, you already believe it happened, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, wow, all in our first phone conversation. I love her.
I verbally vomited my entire life.
Yeah, all in 32 seconds.
Yeah,
and that was pushing it. So, I have a few questions I've been dying to ask you. You so graciously agreed to being interviewed on camera with me, which I love you, thank you. Here, cheers. Yeah, look at that. I love our whole room's the green room. Glug, glug. Yeah, I mean, we call that lubrication for your lips. Okay, so I want to know, personally, because I was really thinking about it, I've been researching all this stuff. I've been looking her up on blogs, I've been looking her up online, I saw the interviews you've done with all these people all over the world, blah, 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 blah. How in the hell did you go from being fat in Alaska to getting on the TV show that you were on? How'd you do that? I mean, okay, I'm bored, I want to be on TV.
Exactly, actually. I just graduated from college, and I was living with my best friend and my boyfriend at the time. And like as soon as I quit college, apparently I took up eating instead. So I got really, really heavy. Which wasn't a big deal because I've done it like my whole life, get heavy and then not.
Sure, nobody just is, you know, anybody struggles with their weight. It's just like not one day I woke up fat.
No. It was a total progression of eating like a linebacker and not doing anything. So anyway, so I just graduated from college. I had been awarded a full scholarship to law school, and I was killing time till law school started. My boyfriend and I at the time, we'd been together for like 4 years. And he had mentioned getting married, and at the time I was...
What, you're too fat, or he said go on TV and then I'll marry you?
No.
The TV.
No, he didn't have anything to do with that. He and I decided to part ways, basically. He was being stationed in Korea, and I was going to law school.
So he's in the military.
Shocker, yeah. I was with a military guy. And so my best friend at the time had just lost a lot of weight and finished a fitness competition.
Okay.
And she had seen the show. I'd never seen the show before I was on it. I've never seen it after I'd been on it. And I actually didn't even really watch when I was on it.
Do you watch a lot of TV?
I don't watch TV.
Why not?
Yeah. Because I've...
Is that before or after the show?
After.
Oh, okay.
It's got to do with... one, it drives me crazy. I'll watch stuff on TV now and be like, that took 18 takes. I know that did. And it frustrates me.
I love that part of the business. They are lying so hard.
Yeah.
So anyway,
she'd seen the show. I hadn't seen the show. She calls me upstairs because I'm living in her downstairs part of her house, and she was like, hey, there's this TV show, and they're taking applications. And she's like, I love you. You're fat right now. And you drop weight like a dude. Because I lose weight really fast for a girl.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love you, but you're fat right now.
Yeah. And so...
So this will help you.
Yeah. So she was like, you drop weight like a dude. They need a female winner. Do it. And I was like, nah. And then we all went out for New Year's Eve. And New Year's Day... hungover in my living room after talking to her again. I was like, fine, I will send it a video. So I just made a video of me being me, talking to the camera and being stupid, and I mailed it in and I forgot about it. And like 3 months later...
Why would you say to me that? Why would you say being stupid if you were just putting yourself out there? Why is that being stupid?
Oh, no, because of the way I was dancing.
Oh,
the stupid.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen that video.
Yeah, okay, that.
Yeah.
No, putting myself out there, I don't have a problem. It was just me talking to the camera, but the dancing was... And I wish I could remember the song. I don't have a copy of that video, which kind of...
We'll find it. Yeah.
Which kind of bugs
We'll YouTube that too.
Yeah. I'm a little bummed about that.
Yeah. Oh, well.
But anyway, so it was, it wasn't anything spectacular, no special effects or anything. And I sent it in, and 3 months later, LA called, and they were like, get on a plane. You're coming down here. And...
There you go.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
And as far as I know, I'm still the only person cast just from a video.
Well, my question on that is, did you think twice about it? Did you think like long-term repercussions, or just thought, fuck it?
I thought this sounds like fun because I'm a dum-dum. I didn't have any idea like what it would entail, and I was like, hey, life's an adventure.
She says dum-dum only because there's a camera in the room. She's scared to say what you really think. I'm retarded. What the fuck was I doing? Yeah, so I mean, when you get to that point, now you're after the show.
Yeah.
Many, many years. And you've been approached by a lot of different people, or you've been confronted by different people, or embraced by people and loved by people. What were the specific immediate repercussions of the show? Like in the first year after the show, what was your life like?
The
Because
first.
nobody asked that about reality stars. All of a sudden, poof, they disappear. What the hell happens to them?
Yeah, the first year, I was so desperate for stability that I kind of.
Financially or personally?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both. You couldn't work basically for the year that you did the show if you were going to dedicate time to doing the show.
Okay.
So I was ready to get the money that I'd won.
So the whole time you did the show, you didn't get compensated financially for
You
it?
get compensated while you're actually on the ranch. You get a whole $300 a week.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then.
What's that buy? I mean, that doesn't even buy me my lip gloss.
And so, if you manage to win something, you get money out of it. But and I was lucky because I won something and I put all this time into it.
What did you win?
I won $50,000.
Really? Why aren't you rich from that?
Because $50,000 after
a year of not
after a
working?
year of not working is nothing.
I mean, come on, you're so rich from being on The Biggest Loser. I want to know where the money went. Where's the? Show me the money.
People really
Show me the
think
money,
that.
bitch. Yeah.
And I did actually do some good things with the money. I paid off my husband's debt that he had.
What a good wife.
Did you just vomit?
Yeah.
He was my boyfriend at the time.
I don't even care. It's my money. I'm married or not. You touch my money, I'm killing you. No blowjob tonight. It's my money.
And then put a down payment on a house. We bought a house.
That was responsible.
I wanted roots. I was ready to stay in one spot, and then I gave my parents my car that I had already purchased beforehand, and that I paid on.
She's a good daughter too.
And
you know, this is a different image of you. You're so supposed to be so nasty.
Don't tell. I am. I'm nasty, and I mean and horrible.
So you helped out the love of your life, who you're now married to.
I am married to him. Yes.
Okay. And you guys put down some roots and have a home.
Yep.
And you helped out your mom and dad like a good daughter.
Yeah.
And so now you're broke ass.
I am broke ass, yeah.
Yeah, so people think that after you do these reality shows, you got all that. I mean, you're not talking you got attention in the United States of America alone.
No, it was viewed in 33 countries.
Right.
Yeah.
How many people from those 33 countries are in contact with you today?
I don't know. I mean, something like 2,000 on Facebook, and occasionally I get random emails. Yeah.
So now we're further away from the show now because let's refresh everybody's memory. It was season 3.
Yep.
We're like season 18.
Something like
25,362.5, and as they move along, the people get bigger. That's amazing.
And like, there's new trainers and everything too.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Heather's addicted.
Oh.
But I think it's obnoxious. So I don't like to. Personally, I'm not a huge fan. But and that's my opinion, and I have various. Fluctuating because it's my prerogative.
From the point that they put me in a horse stall and then rang the bell to ask us to run, I was pretty much not a fan anymore. That's pretty much done right there.
Run, fat girl! Run! Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I was like, that's awesome.
Let's tape it!
I'm fat. I'm not livestock. I'm fat.
Yeah. You should have wore a cow print that day.
Actually, and you can't tell because everything's edited the way they want. I protested. I refused to run. So instead, I just looked like the world's laziest bitch on national TV when really it was a protest.
Well, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But, so let's discuss that for a minute. I mean, that brings something to my mind because I've worked in the industry. But editing, I mean, how do you feel about that? Were you aware of that when you first signed that 100-page contract that whored yourself out to a large corporation to put you into the media, that they could really manipulate anything at all? Did you think they would really do that or not?
You know, I like to think I'm an optimist at heart, and I knew they could, but I never believed anybody would do that to another human being.
Have you ever been in business before?
Have I ever been in a business before?
Mm-hmm.
No, I was so naive. I was so naive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like to think the best of people, and I never thought, like, the contract had, like, the most ridiculous things on it, like they could do anything to us.
Sure.
But I thought, no
Dump
human
your
being would
mouth.
ever do did that to another human being. I was wrong. I was lucky. Pretty much everything you see on that show is me. I'm a smartass. I'm sarcastic. It's my language of love, you know. But
do you think that's a defensive tactic, or do you think that's really you?
I think that's really me. I think that I like to find the humor in a lot of things. Like 95% of what I say is fucking smart ass because it's funny. It's funny. I'm sorry.
You are
it's
funny.
funny.
Why? Don't apologize.
It's fucking funny.
Knock that off.
But like one of my best friends on the show, Heather, she got really fucked. I mean, they made her look like the biggest bitch on the planet in the way they edited her, and she's really a good, genuine, decent human being, and that sucked.
What is your experience with the entertainment industry before The Biggest Loser?
None.
Have you ever been to a drag show?
Before the Biggest Loser, I've been to a drag show. I think so.
You think so?
I can't remember.
Is it okay to slap your guests when you're doing an interview? What do you mean you think so? But after The Biggest Loser, how many drag shows have you been to?
Oh, I've lost count. I don't know. Yeah,
She doesn't know. See? Do you have gay fans?
Do I have gay fans? I do. Lesbians like me. I like lesbians.
Just lesbians and gay men?
You.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Gay men haven't really... I'm trying to think if any gay men approach me or talk to me about this
So how do you feel about, like, so your issues for the show made you recognizable on the internet and the media and everything, right?
Internet.
I love the internet. Hush. I'll get personal. But, so think about it. It made you very recognizable. How do you feel about that, gave you a voice that you didn't necessarily have beforehand? So you're a smart ass, and so you're all of these things, but when you say certain things, people will react to it now that you have a personality and an image and blah, 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 blah. So do you use that for, like, politics, issues, schools, youth, children? I mean, have you done any speaking? Do you use that voice, or do you just talk shit?
I do. Well, I talk shit a lot of the time, but because it makes me laugh.
So do I. Imagine that. I don't know what it is. That's why we get along.
The way I most like to use it, actually, is I like to speak to high schools. That's my favorite audience. I think you get people, you get kids bordering on being an adult, and they're less jaded and they're less cynical about what you have to tell them, and you could send a really positive message that, like, measuring yourself by your weight.
Are you discussing teenagers?
I am. I like teenagers. It's
Wow.
a good group. I really like
teenagers. So you
teenagers.
really have a positive point of view on teenagers?
I do because I don't have one yet. My kid's still 2. Ask me and, like...
There it is.
Yeah.
Yet she gets to have one.
Ask me.
So are you a mom?
I am a mom.
I mean, maybe your 2,000 fans know it, but does the rest of the world know that you're a mom?
That I'm a mom? Do you know, this is kind of tangential, but...
Doesn't matter.
Okay, yes, I think a lot of people know that I'm a mom, and I'm really a little pissed off, and it's my own fault for letting things get put on the internet, but a friend of mine, I went to lunch with him the other day, and he Googled me as a lark on his phone, and he Googled images, and there's a fucking picture on the internet of me holding my son literally minutes after he was born.
Yes.
And that fucking pisses me off.
Do you feel that's an invasion of privacy?
I think that whoever took that from wherever they took that pisses me off. It's my son.
But if you put it out on, let's say, your Facebook page.
It's not, though. I can't figure out where the hell that one's from. I think that's why it bothers me. I think if I knew it was on my Facebook page, and I'm like, oh, that picture's from wherever, it wouldn't bother me.
So what you're saying is your control issues kicked in because the intimate moment with your son got robbed from you because of this new fame that you have.
Yeah, that one pissed me off. I don't, I did this to myself.
Sure.
I volunteered to go on there.
Sure.
I get the repercussions of my actions.
Right.
My son didn't volunteer for it. My husband didn't volunteer for it.
That made me laugh. Sorry.
And my sister. What?
Well, because it kicks back into thinking longer term down the road.
Which I didn't.
Right. What would you do now? I mean, now you're a mom and you're protective, obviously, so I find that a good quality in a mother. And you're concerned about your husband and family. Those are also good qualities. I can't believe how nice the bitch is.
It's a facade.
I know. She pretends a lot.
It's bullshit.
So, but my thing is like, so now there's all of these long-term repercussions of things that you can't undo.
Yep.
So how do you protect your son from?
Well, my real last name isn't on my Facebook.
Awesome.
There are very few photos of he and I together.
Right.
So there's, and then also my husband doesn't have his real last name, nor is he listed as my husband on my Facebook.
Right, so then people can't manipulate that information to their advantage.
Because they've tried, they've tried to find him.
So really what we're talking about now is of all the people that love you, how many people hate you?
Of all the people that love me, how many people hate me?
Yeah, how many love you? So you might have 2,000 fans on your Facebook page, but...
Oh, a lot of them friended me just to watch what the bitch is up to. I'm not naive about that. I think I'm a lot less naive.
Right.
I think that anybody that chooses to be a part of my life now, and that cares about me, is in for a big heaping of bullshit that comes along with it, and I appreciate that. I do.
You're so not boring. Whatever, please. Be in the back room with them fat cows trying to get their eyelashes on and smear something all over their face to get up on stage and lip sync some god awful song, and you bug me? I don't even think so. Whatever.
I just mean that anybody that it's not going to go away, especially with me being in Alaska, because we have and then if anybody
we have one in Alaska.
We have Sarah Palin and me.
She's moving. Yeah. Whatever. So we're going to Arizona. No. Yeah, I'm going to vote there.
So anybody that chooses to get involved with me or be my friend occasionally gets approached with conversations that make them uncomfortable, especially if they don't know me from the show. I struggled for a really long time about not making friends or not wanting to make friends after the show because of the bullshit. And I've had a couple.
Did you think that people wanted to be your friend because you were on the show?
I've had a couple, yeah.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, or thought that I could get them something or do something for them, or they could use my fame to get something.
So let's approach your fame.
My fame.
I love your fame. Your fame is like, we're in the United States of America, whether or not it's the frozen capital of Alaska, with a crazy woman with a gun running around for politics. So, I mean, you're in the American culture in 2000 and whatever it is. And, like, fame is, like, worshipped here. It's like a commodity, right?
Yeah.
And did that motivate you in any way to do anything? Like, to get the fame of it, I'll be known?
No, I wanted the story.
Mm.
I wanted the story. I wanted the life story. I'm really big on experiences as opposed to material things.
Right.
I wanted the story, and instead I got the fame. The level of fame...
Instead I... Blasphemer! Yeah. Instead, she's blasphemous. You know, in America, you're supposed to worship the fame.
I've said it before, and I think, I don't think I've ever said it in an interview, but the level I have of fame is such a bullshit level of fame that all it does is leave me open for every asshole on the planet that wants to comment on my life.
Sure.
But doesn't give me any financial...
So, are you talking to the people that call you fame whores? Because I can say it. I'm the hostess.
You can definitely call me a fame whore. No, the people that call me... I'm a
fame whore.
The people that call me fame
for
whore...
my close-up. Yeah.
The people that call me fame whore, at least they have a legitimate, like, fucking opinion about it. I'm talking about the random assholes that see me out in public and are like, what do you weigh? Hi, nice to meet you too. What do you weigh?
I hate it when that happens. Guys will come up and go, do you want to have sex? And I'm like, but what was my name?
Okay, I would prefer do you want to have sex to what do you weigh?
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's like, I'm a human being underneath here, sweetie. The wig comes off. I don't just, oh, yeah, let's do it. No, I mean, come on. Think about it. I mean, people are dehumanizing you because they feel you've become this object because what? You put yourself out there and you're on TV and now you're famous. So, would you take it back?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Why?
Because it was lame. I mean,
why is it lame? I mean, you say lame. We've had lots of discussions.
I know, I do say that. Because, maybe because I didn't know how to do with it what I could have done with it or what I should have done with it. So instead
so we just coulda, woulda, shoulda in 30 seconds.
Instead of it being a tool that I used to do something, instead it just became this big thing, this big awkward thing. Like when I meet somebody new But my opinion could change in any time. Like maybe if I find a way.
As women, our opinions can change anytime we want to.
We're entitled to that.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. If
deal with it.
If I found a way. You know what? I'm full of shit. I'm absolutely full of shit. I'm full of shit. I have my moments like when I talk to high schools and stuff, and when I walk away, and I'm like, I'm damn glad I did that.
Good girl.
Yeah.
It's in there.
Yeah, you're right.
That's honesty.
Yeah.
Look what I did. Breakthrough moment. Oh my God, we have to drink. Cheers. You'll never get her to say anything new. Bullshit.
Yeah, I'm full of shit, actually. Yeah, I'm totally lying. Talking to high schools is one of my favorite things on the planet. If I could find a grant that would do nothing but fund me to go around the country and speak at high schools on positive body image, how reality TV fame is bullshit, and how it's about being healthy and not being thin, and you should ignore the media entirely and the marketing, that'd be my dream job.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and do you think that maybe it's not necessarily a grant? What if there was a sponsor?
Oh yeah, that would be fantastic.
You know, do you think you could do that with a sponsor? So what would your message, so okay, you get your sponsor, you get your grant, and you're at a high school that isn't in Anchorage, Alaska, that only has, you know, like you're in 10,000 kids. What would you say to them?
I spoke at a high school in Colorado, actually, and I would say, well, first of all, I'm no bullshit when I talk to kids.
Of course not. They're human beings. Just because
exactly,
they're teenagers.
and I love it. And that's when they come up.
You can only be a human being when you're 21,
right?
But not before. And after, you know, before 21, you're blah blah blah, and we don't even care. You're a commodity, sit in your bed and your dog. But after 21, now you're a human being. So I think that youthful people and people under 21 really appreciate being treated like human beings. But that's me personally.
So much so that, like, after I go and speak, they come up and talk to me, and they thank me for that. Thank you for speaking to us like we're real people, and we needed to hear that. And I would give the same message that I give all the time. Reality TV fame is bullshit. Fame is bullshit. It doesn't mean anything.
Well, reality TV has been for how long now? Let's kind of...
Forever.
Well, not really.
The Real World New York, which was way back when I was a kid, and I'm freaking ancient.
Right, but it wasn't so prolific. It wasn't like in everywhere you went. Now everything became reality
And you know
TV.
why it's so prolific? I mean, everything's the almighty dollar. Like, they don't have to pay the actors. We're sure as fuck actors.
Right.
They don't have to pay us. And
Are you a better actor now that you've done it?
Oh, I was a good actor before. yes, baby, I came. You
There's
were
a
that
difference
good.
between... Oh, then I'm an actress too. Wow,
Did you
it's the
make
best
that?
I've
No,
ever.
it's
the
the best
biggest
I've
I've
ever
ever seen.
It's so
oh my God.
amazing.
No one but you
Yeah,
has
you are
ever.
the best.
Oh my God, next.
Exactly.
Yeah, well.
No, I was a good actress.
Well, back to having, well, think about it. So now you're an actress, right?
Right.
There's a difference between actress and animated.
Oh.
Right,
Okay.
so like, I meet a lot of people that are highly animated in their experience in life, but they're not very good at acting.
This is disgusting to admit, but I can cry on cue usually.
Oh.
It's so bad. When I did it actually for the TV show, they
Do you
asked
hear
me-
that? She has a husband and she can cry on cue.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
watch out.
When they did it for the show, my best friend and her fiance were there, and when they cut the scene, he looked at me and he said, "I feel so bad for the poor bastard that falls in love with you."
My hair itches.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God. So, that's fun. So think about it. So, what would you tell young, gay adolescents who are struggling with all that they have to struggle with,
Oof.
and their weight becomes a part of that?
Oh, wow.
What would you say to them?
That's a tough question. Young gay adolescents that are also struggling with their weight.
Yes.
There's so many factors there. There are so many different things that I'd want to address. First of all, young. You know, not everybody's going to be in control of your life for very long. You're going to be in control of your own life. And
Good advice.
try and remember that, as painful as it is right now.
Sure.
Gay. You know, I'm really lucky. I come from an incredible family that's very, very open about sexuality. Nobody gives a shit who I sleep with in my family. It's not a big issue. As long as you're not hurting another human being, what makes you happy makes you happy. And
So do you think that allowed you a bit of personal sexual freedom?
oh yeah, my parents, my dad gets all shy. He doesn't really ever want to talk about sex with me because that's awkward.
Right, you're not
and
supposed to do that
horrible.
with your daughter.
Yeah, it's like awkward and horrible.
Because that's the different thing. That's talking to your daughter.
Right, exactly. But my mother, it's always been a really open thing. Sexuality has been an incredibly open thing in my family, and that let me be whoever I was. And I honestly feel really, really bad for people that haven't had that freedom to be who they are. And I know the really bad repercussions of that I've seen in really good friends. And all I would say is embrace who you are. Even if nobody else around you is embracing who you are, you embrace who you are. Because if you don't love you, nobody is going to love you. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. It's true.
Right.
You know, and again, if you're not hurting anybody, then it's fair game in bed.
Right. Well, and even if you are, it's all about the negotiation.
Well,
if you heard them.
well, yeah.
But it just depends on what crowd you hang out with.
I wasn't gonna go
I'm the
quite there.
hostess. I can go there. I can do anything I want to. It's my camera.
And then as far as your weight goes, I mean, you're already...
Well, you think about the emotional stress they're under.
That's exactly what I was saying, the emotional stress.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Boom, now I'm gay and fat and young and depressed and blah. Or the other way, you know, I'm never going to eat again. I don't want to be
Exactly.
fat. I mean, they're all the same thing.
And the best advice I can give for that, and it's the hardest advice in the world, and I'm still trying to live it, and I'm fucking ancient.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
at
so
your
old.
age, you're dead. So that makes me, I'm Dust. Hi, hosted by Dust.
Shut up, you're like
Yeah,
mine.
yeah.
Anyway, so
I know. We're both 25.
yeah, right, yeah, it's like the 8th anniversary of my 25th
glug, glug,
birthday.
glug, glug. Oh, yeah. Cheers. We're both 25.
Ooh, yeah. What
Yeah, you know how you can tell my real age on a queen is by the ring, like how many chins the bitch has. Look, it's not 25. It's like a tree.
The advice I would give about your weight, first of all, don't measure yourself by a fucking number. Secondly, feel your emotions.
Oh.
That's the hardest one.
Ooh, so you think they're insulation through food.
Oh yeah, there's a couple different ways I think that people. I'm not saying that everybody gets heavy for emotional reasons. Some people get heavy for whatever, but
Right. Yeah, nobody's saying that. I mean,
yeah.
you know, you could be born heavy, you could be totally thin, blow up, you could eat like crap, you can have a problem, you get unhealthy, you can have a disease. I mean, yes.
But if
can't
it's
exercise.
if it's an emotional thing that's doing it for you, there's a couple things that I've seen. People that can't handle the attention they get when they're not heavy.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And then so you feed it so that you're heavy, and you kind of that way. It's a way to be
identity.
It's a way to be invisible.
Right.
And you can control when you're invisible.
You can't get next to me because I'm 200 pounds. I'm behind here hiding.
Exactly. And then the other way is like a drug. Like things are too painful, so people eat until their stomach hurts because that way it's a physical pain as opposed to an emotional pain.
Right.
And you can deal with the you can deal with the physical pain, not the emotional pain.
Right.
So
notice how that makes you react. So yeah, you get in there a little bit on what's really bugged her. Yeah, that's good. That's good because I'm a firm believer. Honestly, I do believe in a few things besides my lip gloss. You know, they said it was the end of the world the other day, and I had a panic attack because I just could not believe they quit making my lip gloss again. Because every time I find one I like, they quit making the shit, and then I'm like, end of the world. But anyway, back to you.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I think what's really interesting is that you cannot discuss conversations with people unless you've been there.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people pass out all kinds of advice, right? And they've never done a fucking word of it. They've never done a day of work. They've never been fat or thin. They've never been sick. They've never been gay or straight.
Yep.
They've never been rich or poor. They've never been broke on the street, begging, looking fabulous in their dress. You know what I'm saying?
But they've read an article.
Yeah, right. For some reason, they can go to a coffee shop for free. I mean, no. I've been taking the bus lately, public transportation, and you know how many people have a copy that I see them not hours later on the corner with their sign that says, you know, give me some money, but they have a newspaper in their hand.
Yeah.
Or they have a cell phone in their hand. You know, they got you can get a phone for $1 a month now, right? So, right, they've got all kinds of media.
Yeah.
Right, I'm with you. But everybody can pass out the advice, and everybody has an opinion. But I don't think that you can give accurate advice that people can use unless it's like transpersonal psychology is my favorite. Unless you've been there,
You can't.
how do you help people?
I think that's why I've got such a bond with the other people that were on the show with me.
Sure.
Because there's nobody else lived it. And even like some of the people that left.
Oh, you poor thing. You lived the show. I mean, you got people out there that are criticizing you, saying that, oh, you did this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, poor
Whatever.
thing.
And they don't know what the hell
You're
they're
such a
talking about.
victim. You know.
No, not a victim at all, but like if you want to talk about the experience, it's good to have somebody that lived the friggin' experience with you.
I'm with you.
Even people that had left.
Takes one to know one.
Exactly. Even people that left weeks before I didn't have the same experience. So I find that I'm not as closely bonded with them. Whereas the people that were there all the way to the end with me, sometimes I'll call and I'll go, am I fucking crazy, or was that shit really as bad as I remember? And then they'll go, no, it's really that bad. And I go, oh, okay, cool, awesome, bye. You know, you just need that reality check in for somebody else that was there for it.
Right on, I understand that. So, why haven't you capitalized on it up until this point? Why haven't you done that? Why haven't you taken every endorsement that's come your way? Why haven't you written a book? Why aren't you out there? Why aren't you doing it?
There's a couple different reasons. One is, like, I've turned down money for interviews because my integrity makes me feel as though...
I'm sorry, I just wanted to smack her in the face. So, what? You turned down money for interviews?
I did.
Because you felt your integrity was going to be questioned? I mean, that's horseshit.
I felt it would draw away from what I had to say. I felt it would...
So in your mind...
Yep. In my crazy ass little mind.
Your crazy world. Drink off.
Drink off.
Drink
my
off,
crazy little world.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? So how much money was offered to you? Just a random...
I wouldn't let him tell me.
So you didn't even know what they were going to give you, and we live in a capitalist pig society
let 'em tell
where
me.
like 4 years ago money was nothing, and nowadays, oh my God, we don't have any, we're all broke, recession, depression, bail me out.
Yeah.
That you said no to money.
I did, and it was less than 2 years ago.
Cut to fight scene.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah,
And so how many times since then have you been offered money and you said no?
I've turned down a couple endorsements.
Why?
Because
Look at you start blushing. You think you're, she's like, I feel stupid.
It's not
So
that.
again, when have you been in business? You know what I mean? You can fall back on that, right?
I haven't. I first of all, I'm terrible at marketing myself. I'm terrible at it. I feel like a pretentious bitch when I'm all like, do you know who I am? Fuck, I'm nobody. I'm whatever. The other thing is I feel like if I'd taken money for the interviews that I give, it would give naysayers more of a foothold to say that everything that I'm saying that happened is bullshit because I'm doing it for money.
Oh.
And then for endorsements, if I don't believe in what somebody wants me to endorse,
Right.
I can't do it.
But you're a great actress. You said that earlier. You can't even fake it for the money?
No, I can't.
Why?
I can't.
Why does money change things for you?
Look
at that. It makes you, you're like, nervous, and oh my God, I better watch what I'm saying.
That's also the alcohol.
Yeah, whatever.
No, really, I'm going to be like over
yeah,
bright
but
red.
Still, I mean, come on, what? Why
what else
money
does money
makes you
change?
nervous? Yeah, money changes it for you.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever thought about
that.
Yeah.
Money changes everything.
It does. I don't think money should be earned, and
time out. So you know what I just heard?
What did you just hear?
I heard a little self-esteem issue there. I heard that you don't think that you're earning the money if you're speaking. Now, if you know what you're talking about, and if it's your talent, and if you're good at it, and it's what you do, I mean, people make an industry. There's an industry in that whole environment, right? And that's what they do for a living. It's no different than digging a ditch. Right? It's no different. And think of it for a second. Allow yourself to go there for whatever the motivation is.
Okay.
Allow yourself to go there for a minute.
Okay.
So this is what you would be doing for a living. So it's no less than digging a ditch.
Yeah.
And you would be getting compensated financially for that.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people want me to do their hair for free? A lot. Right? And they're like, you do your hair for free, and unless I'm willing, like people will randomly say to me, you know, you're a hairdresser, I need a free haircut. And I look at him and I say, pay the light bill with free, sweetie. Eat with free.
You're telling me I do my job for free.
Yeah, why are you doing your job for free is what I'm saying, because you're good at it. It's a good job, and it's a real profession. You know, people win Nobel Peace Prizes for their speeches. Think about that. Now let yourself go there for a minute. Because I think what would happen is that if you, sometimes it's frowned upside down as a smile, right? So if you turn it around a little bit and can actually view it from the standpoint of, this is what you're doing, this is work. It's hard work.
Yeah.
A, you have to figure out what the fuck you're saying.
Well, yeah.
B, you're in front of everybody and they're all looking to you to make something make sense. Good fucking luck. You know, and then blah, 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 blah. Nothing ever goes to script.
No.
People don't get their time. You're up there, you have to pee in the middle of it all.
My videos didn't work.
Blah, 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 blah.
Right?
It's not easy.
Yeah,
it's not easy work.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you're hoping that you reach that one person in the whole crowd of 10 million that actually connected with you.
And felt what I had to say.
Right, and saved their life. Right, and that's good work. Even if it's for that one person. Then you get paid. And then you can look at your baby and go, here, son, here's your trust fund. You know, darn it, mommy made you rich. I mean, really, it's work. I mean, it's just like digging a ditch. So, my personal advice for you.
Yes.
Can't help that.
Yes.
You know, intervention. Oh my God.
I like that you're doing an intervention while I have a glass of wine.
Yeah, that's not that kind of intervention, sweetie. Let's not get crazy.
That'd take forever.
Okay, back to you. Anyways, so think about it a minute. So if I give you any advice, it would be, it's a good job.
Yeah.
It's right. It's in your lap. Silly girl. Anyways, next thing.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, and I have no idea how to step in that direction.
What do you mean you have no idea how to step in that direction? So the phone isn't just ringing off the hook now that you're this fame whore? I mean, are you kidding me?
You know, I've never looked into it. I thought it was just something that I was really lucky to do when people asked me to go do it. And that's why I was doing it for free.
Back to validation. You know, honey, I think you'd be amazing at it personally.
Thank you.
I mean, honestly. And I think that, I mean, there's all sides to every person. And some people will show you what they want to see. And some people are animated. And some people are actors and whatever. But I think that because you can take your personal emotions and put them into the words that are coming out of your face, and that you talk to people like they're humans. Think about it. You can connect with an audience that you're blocking. Actually, that is right there.
That's right there.
And I think it'd be awesome. And then I think that all the income stream that would come from that, because, like you said, you had this opportunity come jump in your lap.
I did.
Yeah, and then you were too stupid and crazy to
figure it
avoid
out.
it. And
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. I think that you could really, now, the other thing I believe in, sidebar, is the universe teaches us stuff. And unfortunately, me kicking and screaming. Apparently, those two outfits weren't supposed to be worn that night, but whatever. Kicking and screaming, the universe is going to teach you something. And I, from a standpoint of back here, all of these things you've gone through that have been rather traumatic, or some have been really fabulous,
Yep.
have made you more capable of being able to utilize your abilities now, from my standpoint. But, how I'm blonde. Talk slow. It's big, really. So, anyways, now, so how has, back to losing all this weight.
Yeah.
How has your body image changed at all? How has it changed?
You've caught me on a rough week, actually.
Rough week or a good week? It doesn't. We all have. You're a human being.
Yeah. Well, normally it doesn't faze me. But I don't know if that's a good thing. I live primarily in my head and in my personality as opposed to in my body.
No, so do I.
Yeah. So it doesn't. I don't really pay much attention to it. But like I said, you caught me on a bad week. I'm all like, I can't. The more weight I lose, the less I like my body.
Why? Because in America, you should just be thin.
Yeah, I think that because I pay more attention to it when I'm that way, and normally I don't. I pay attention to my personality. I pay attention to the books I read and the conversations I can have and who I really am.
Right.
And when I'm in the process of trying to lose weight because I have a goal or I have a health goal or I have a race I'm training for or something like that, I find that I pay more attention to my body. And I found this through the show too, and I wasn't the only contestant, which I was surprised by. The more weight we lost, the more we picked apart what we looked like, and not just our weight. It would be like
you got more critical.
Yeah, a lot more.
Because you're under the microscope.
Everything, my eyes are slightly off, or
sure.
when I smile.
And not only did you get to do that like us normal people in our bathrooms.
I got to see
click,
it.
there it is on the TV.
Yeah.
Great. Do I really look that way?
Yeah. And what's funny is I didn't really do it to my image on TV because I tried not to watch myself on TV. But boy, America was willing to do that for me. So I'm ugly when I cry. I know that about myself. So I try not to cry ever because I'm hideous when I cry. I know because
Do you have any makeup on right now?
No, I don't wear
Look at
makeup.
her face. Give me a break. She has no makeup on her face. Zoom in, camera boy.
Please do.
Yeah, zoom in on her face. Look at her. Okay, look at that. No makeup on her face. I'm jealous. Yeah, you have great skin.
Thank you.
Just
That's my mom.
yeah,
I can't take any credit for that. This is genetics.
Too bad it's not on Mommy's face right now, sweetie. It's on yours. That's the way I look at it. Sorry, Mom. It's not on you right now. It's on me. Lucky me. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a lot more critical the more weight that and it's.
Have you had any surgery after the show?
That's so funny. I love you that you just asked me that. I've never considered plastic surgery until recently, actually.
And why? What would motivate that?
I'm listening to outside voices as opposed to the voice inside me.
And the voice inside says,
why the fuck would you cut yourself open just to look like somebody you see on TV?
but you are somebody we see on TV.
Oh, well, I meant somebody who's airbrushed 24/7 and
I
well
see.
lit with a lighting crew.
We're in the back room. This is our lighting.
An ideal of perfection that nobody can reach unless they are followed by a lighting crew all the time and somebody to airbrush their pores. And
right
after the show, I know a lot of contestants that went in and had tummy tucks or had their breasts done or whatever. I knew I was going to have a kid. So, because I wanted to be a mother, and so I was like, well, that'd be a waste of money to go ahead and do that right now. I went in and had a consult with plastic surgeon because he offered.
Right.
And I left feeling worse about myself, so I thought that's not the
well,
space
right,
I
because
should be.
they start outlining you and marking you, and that should have been there, and this was never there, and what are those? And oh my God, my armpits are plugged with something. It's my tits, honey. Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
yeah, right. I mean, nobody's gonna feel good after a consult with
so it's really funny though. As heavy as I got, and then getting thin, and then heavy and thin again. My stomach didn't get really tore up until I had my son.
Right.
So my son.
Well, they're like aliens, little bastards, when they claw their way out.
And that's what look like. I look like he literally tried to claw his way out from the inside of my stomach. And, I go back and forth about, like, is it really that important to me to one day be able to, like, throw on a pair of jeans and feel like I don't have to worry about if they're cut right to hide that one little roll that I still have left?
Or ride the bus with me. They don't even care if it rolls out.
So is it worth the investment of, like, 10 grand or to go get that done and taken care of so that I can walk around in a pair of jeans?
Well, what if it, so medically it's not bothering you at all? Medically, you have no repercussions of, like, the extra skin or
I
whatever's
just
going on.
look like paper mache on my stomach.
Right, so it'd be aesthetics.
It would be completely aesthetics.
Now, I work in an aesthetic business.
Yes.
Obviously. And all this glamour, so little time to share it. And one of the things I've learned that if people look good, they feel better. But at the same time, they spend gazillions of dollars at the therapist's office.
Yes.
So do you feel that it would help you emotionally and mentally if you could look in the mirror and go, oh, I'm pretty, my body looks good, and blah, 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 blah.
I don't know. I don't have any problems with plastic surgery whatsoever. But...
You're just hesitating.
Yeah, I'm hesitating. I'm hesitating because I'm broke, first of all. I mean, I'm not saying if
You wouldn't be if you'd speak, but whatever.
if I had a decent plastic surgeon come up to me and was like, I will handle that for free, I'd probably be on that. At this point, right today. But
next week when you're feeling powerful, no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the first
seesaw,
time.
honey, seesaw,
Yeah, this is the first time ever in my life where I'm like, oh God, I really hate that. I really don't like my stomach like that. I've never been that way before. So I guess it's something like a few months down the road or whatever, I have to really consider if it would be worth it being cut all the way around to, one of the girls that I was on my season, she did that. She did like an entire lower body lift. And she's gained all of her weight back.
I've had clients that have had it done. The most amazing client in the whole world was 100,000 years ago back when I was young. And she had lost 200 some odd pounds through gastric bypass in the very beginning of it, right? And got the little teeny tiny tummy.
Yep.
I was like, forget that. I want to eat something. God, I'm going to drink the rest of my life. Well,
maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
But my point is that she had a total body lift. And I was amazed.
Yeah.
Like, and God bless my clients. They're all about showing me everything. I've touched every boob job in the planet. I've seen all kinds. Touch them, they're real. They did her like a zipper.
Yeah.
They cut all of this off because she had lost that much weight. Yeah. They did the thighs. They did the legs. They did the whole thing. Cosmetically, she needed that done. Boobs, they went from her kneecaps to the back up. And blah, 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 blah. And for her, she felt better. But she really amazed me. She had actually lost enough weight that they had to do the whole vaginoplasty thing and make everything. Because she had lost weight everywhere, all over her whole body.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And medically, she felt better about herself.
Well, yeah.
But I mean,
think if I had that issue, I would have got on that a long time ago.
I mean, you look at it and you look at, like, some people, they have a panic attack, they have a blemish.
Yeah.
Some people, they do their whole body. And some people, they don't. So I think, if you're struggling with that, think about it. That's always a personal thing. But if it's a health-wise, how's your health?
My health is better now. It was crap right after the show. I was really, really sick. My immune system took a total shit dive, and I ended up with thrush.
Ew.
Yeah, you like that?
That's yeah, thrush is common.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's common in babies who don't have immune systems or people whose immune systems have completely crashed.
Right. HIV clients.
Yeah.
One of my friends that was very dear to me, that was one of the signs before he would go finally get admitted that he was full-blown positive, was thrush all over inside his mouth all the way down through you. That's like number one.
Yeah, my immune system took a huge dive right after the show.
So, I did some research. Do you want to take a break?
No, I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay. How are you over there? Do you want to cut for a minute and then make another file? Because I want to